This is the December 4th, 2019 Board of County Commissioners meeting. I'm Kate Flavin, Public Information Officer with Sedgwick County. This week is National Influenza Week, and to highlight the importance of it is Christine Stewart from the Health Department.
Good morning, Commissioners and Board of Health. Chris Stewart, Deputy Health Director. National Influenza Week is this week, December 1st through the 7th. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention established National Influenza Vaccination Week in 2005 to highlight the importance of continuing flu vaccination through the holiday season and beyond. December was chosen to reinforce that even though October is the ideal time for a flu shot, flu continues to spread in December, and a flu shot can still be effective. After October, fewer people get vaccinated, so this gives us an opportunity to reinforce it is not too late to get a flu shot. As long as flu viruses are spreading and causing illness, vaccination should continue throughout flu season in order to protect as many people as possible against flu. A flu shot can keep you from getting flu, make flu less severe if you do become ill, and keep you from spreading the flu virus to your family and other people, especially those unable to receive this type of immunization. Flu is spread from person to person every year through coughing, sneezing, and close contact. Anyone can get the flu. Flu strikes suddenly and can last several days. Symptoms vary by age and can include fever and chills, sore throat, muscle aches, fatigue, cough, headache, and runny or stuffy nose. Everyone 6 months and older should be vaccinated every year unless recommended differently by their physician. The Health Department offers shots at the 2716 West Central Clinic. The shots are at no cost to uninsured adults, uninsured children, and children with the Children's Health Insurance Program and Medicaid. Call 316-660-7300 to find out Health Department appointment times and walk-in times. Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you for that timely announcement for everyone. I have had my flu shot. Hopefully all the commissioners have too, because I don't want them to make me sick. But
I had my flu shot yesterday on one shoulder and another shot on the other shoulder.
Pneumonia?
Yeah, so both my guns are really hurting.
Very good. What else do you have for us today?
Also, hopefully everyone has been following along with the Riverfront Legacy Master Plan and participating in the process as well. Draft preliminary concepts were released last month, and the design team is now seeking feedback on these concepts, so you can check them out at riverfrontlegacywichita.org and follow along in the survey to leave your feedback so that way we can have a final plan come to us here next month. And after you finish that survey, on our website, sedgwickcounty.org, we have information on the Sedgwick County Strategic Plan that we are also seeking feedback on. So if you go to our homepage and then click Proposed Strategic Plan Community Input, it'll take you to a page with all of the information, and you can leave your feedback there at the bottom of the page. This Friday, moving on to some fun events this weekend. This Friday is First Friday, and the Kansas African American Museum is welcoming artist Charles Davis for their First Friday event. Davis's exhibition, My Love, My Dream, My 40-Year Journey, will be on display at the museum for the next couple of months, and the opening reception begins at 5 p.m. And then Saturday afternoon, you can go to Exploration Place and meet Santa Claus from noon until 2 o'clock. On the agenda this morning, Commissioners, we have meeting minutes, a proclamation for the Wichita Downtown Lions Club, a resignation and several appointments, and then Commissioners will consider a grant award for the Health Department. So, Chairman, I'll hand the meeting to you.
All right, Kate, thank you very much for starting our meeting this morning. At this time, I want to welcome all the folks that are in our audience today, especially those from the Lions Club. And I want to thank everyone that's joining us online and those that are joining us on KPTS this morning. With that, I'd like to call the meeting to order for Wednesday, December 4th, 2015. Madam Clerk, next item.
Invocation, to be observed by a moment of silence. Please remain standing for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next item, please.
Roll call. Commissioner O'Donnell?
Present.
Commissioner Cruz?
Present.
Commissioner Howell? Commissioner Meitzner?
Present.
Chairman Dennis?
Present. Next item, please.
Public agenda.
I don't have anyone signed up to speak on public agenda, but if anyone is in the audience that would like to speak, I'll give them an opportunity at this time. Seeing no one, next item, please.
Consideration of minutes. Item A, regular meeting minutes of November 6, 2018.
Thank you. Commissioners, all of you have had a chance to review the minutes from November 6th and also from November 20th. All of you were present also. I move to approve both of those.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner?
Aye.
Chairman Dennis?
Aye. Next item, please.
Proclamations. Item C, proclamation declaring Wichita Downtown Lions Club 100th anniversary.
Thank you. Commissioners, I have a proclamation that I'd like to read. Whereas the Wichita Downtown Lions Club was chartered by the Lions Clubs Internationals on December 4th, 1919, and is celebrating its 100th anniversary today. It's had the extraordinary and exclusive honor of having 3 international presidents as its members. And whereas for 95 years, the club and the Greater Wichita YMCA have been co-owners of Camp Hyde. Part of the club's 100th anniversary, the club gifted the ownership to the YMCA. In appreciation of its dedicated contributions to the operation and improvements to the camp, and whereas during its 100 years, the club has performed service projects including a collection of used eyeglasses for use in foreign countries, bell ringing for the Salvation Army, tutoring, and providing Christmas gifts to the students at Linwood Grade School. And whereas members of the club helped found the Kansas Foundation for the Blind, which provided employment for vision-impaired workers to make brooms. That foundation has become Envision, which continues to serve vision-impaired persons. And whereas at tonight's banquet, the guest of honor will be the Honorable Judge Haynes Townsend of Dalton, Georgia, who was elected first Vice President of the Lions Club International in July 2019. He will be president of the Lions Club International at the convention in Singapore in June of 2020. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Chairman David T. Dennis, and the Board of Sedgwick County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim December 2019 as Wichita Downtown Lions Club 100th Anniversary Month and encourage everyone to celebrate with them. Commissioners, you've heard the proclamation. Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner?
Aye.
Chairman Dennis?
Aye. And today we're honored to have Paul Pittman, President of Wichita Downtown's Lions Club, present with us today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for having me. If I could ask my fellow Lions to stand for just a moment here. It is certainly an honor to be here today and accept this proclamation on their behalf and also on the behalf of the many Lions who have preceded us over that 100 years. I think it goes without saying that the Wichita Downtown Lions Club has been Wichita proud, but also Sedgwick County and Kansas proud over those years. One more person I would like to introduce, you've already mentioned him, is our International First Vice President, Judge Haynes Townsend. He will be with us. He will be with us this evening to help us in our celebration and also to help us in the beginning of our second 100 years.
Very good. Mr. Townsend, would you like to say anything this morning?
Nice to see you gentlemen and lady this morning. It's an honor for Donna and I to be in Wichita. We're always excited to celebrate the 100th anniversary of a Lions Club since we're 103 years old. They've been in existence a long time. But again, my thanks to everything that you do, the efforts you put forward in public service, and if you ever get a chance to attend a Lions function, we hope that you will, and see the good work that we do throughout the world.
Well, Thank you for traveling to Wichita. We appreciate you being here today. Thank you for what you do for the blind. At one time, I was on the Board of Education for the Kansas School for the Blind, and I know what great work that is done to support both the deaf and blind that we have here in our state, and I appreciate what you all do.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
One more thing I would like to add is I do want to thank you all for your public service. Sometimes in the news we hear the bad things that happen, but I know you're here working hard to help make some good things happen. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Pittman. Thank you again for being here today. You all are welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. I know you probably have things that are much more important to do, so at this point in time, you're welcome to leave if you'd like to. Thank you.
Are there any more jokes that you guys want to tell?
Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Appointments. Item D, accept the resignation of Jet Truman from the trustee position of the Valley Center Township Board.
Thank you. Commissioner Cruz.
Yes. Mr. Truman had moved, and he is unable to serve in this position. So I would like to make a recommended action that we adopt the resignation of Jet.
Thank you. Second? I should have turned it over to Mr. Papoon, so I'm sorry. Mr. Papoon, do you have anything you'd like to say?
No, Commissioner Cruz stated it very well. Mr. Truman did moved into Valley Center, is no longer eligible to be a township member, and you have that in your backup, and we'd have you approve the resignation.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner? Chairman Dennis.
Aye. Next item, please.
Item E, resolution appointing Bertha J. Tucker as recommended by the 4th District Commissioner LACEY CRUSE as trustee to the Valley Center Township Board.
Mr. Papoon, I didn't forget you this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mike Papoon, Mike Papoon, County Councilor. We'd ask that you pull this item from the agenda at this time.
Thank you. Move to remove this item from the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner?
Aye.
Chairman Dennis.
Aye. Next item, please.
Item F, resolution appointing various member positions to the newly amended composition of the Metropolitan Area Building and Construction Department Board of Appeals on the plumbers and gas fitters, increasing its membership.
Mr. Papoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mike Papoon, County Councilor. You have before you in item F 5 resolutions, and these are our 5 appointments to the Plumbing Board, Board of Appeals, plumbers and gas fitters. One of the appointments, the county has 4 appointments and 1 joint appointment with the City of Wichita. 5 resolutions that are before you today. One is Sean Conway to be appointed to the mechanical engineer position. The joint position, which is a public at-large position, is Larry Doherty. Seth Harrington is to be appointed as the journeyman plumber position. Michael Lease is the master plumber residential position, and Bo Means' resolution is prepared to be the master plumber for services and repair position. I know Chris Labram is here and can answer any questions regarding these appointments. I believe that they're going to be sworn in at another time before the next plumbing board meeting. So,
Okay. Does Mr. Labram have anything he'd like to say today? No? Very good. Move to approve the resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner?
Aye.
Chairman Dennis.
Aye. Next item, please.
New business, item G, consideration of a grant award in the amount of $50,000 to develop, implement, and evaluate activities that address prevention of drug and opioid-involved morbidity and mortality from the Kansas Department of Health and Environment for the Sedgwick County Health Department.
Welcome back.
Good morning. Chris Stewart, Deputy Health Director. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has agreed to provide funding up to $50,000 to local health departments designated in high-burden regions for opioid overdose in Kansas, with additional funding up to $50,000 for additional 2 years contingent on performance. The Sedgwick County Health Department was one of 6 local health departments in Kansas selected as a recipient of the Kansas Overdose Data to Action Program. The other health departments are Johnson County, Wyandotte County, Saline County, Shawnee County, and Reno. The purpose of this agreement will be for us to work with current local prevention initiatives and to implement new initiatives. We've been in contact with Wendy and Jennifer through the Mental Health Substance Abuse Coalition. This funding will be used to support one full-time drug misuse epidemiologist. A big push from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is for local health departments to work with law enforcement and public safety. We've been in communication with Dr. Gallagher, and he is excited about collaborating. Through the grant, the health department will be able to perform several activities. To name a few, we will develop a system to routinely collect, analyze, and evaluate data from law enforcement, mental health, and substance abuse agencies in Sedgwick County. Continue analyzing data from the Sheriff's Office and Drug Court, and will begin analyzing ComCare data. Have a drug misuse dashboard on the Health Department website by the end of January. This was an outcome of an 8-month agreement we had with KDHE earlier this year. With this grant, we will be able to maintain the website. Facilitate SBIRT training with the ICT-1 critical response team and one shift of EMS, including assisting in establishing procedures and workflows. We are excited about the opportunities in this 3-year agreement. I recommend you accept the award, authorize the chair to sign the grant award agreement, the establishment of budget authority, and implementation of the staffing table changes. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Very good. I don't see any questions. I'm sorry, Commissioner O'Donnell.
So regarding this $50,000 grant, that's all inclusive, benefits, everything is included in that $50,000. There's no county dollars being put towards this. Is that correct?
So the $50,000 is what KDHE is giving us.
Right.
And then, for example, the first year is an 8-month. It's from December through August. And so the estimated salary of that full-time person, is that what you're asking about?
Yes.
Is just a little bit, it's $800 estimated salary, and benefits is about $800 more than what the $50,000 is for that first year.
But it's only 8 months. So we're hiring somebody for 8 months, and then
Well, that first year is 8 months, and then the next grant year is full 12 months. So that would be September through August of the next year, and then September through August of the next year after that.
so 50,000 won't cover that then.
No, it's going to be state formula salary savings that we'll pay the extra with.
But my question, and this wasn't in, and I wish Adrienne was here today because it wasn't in her email, is I was under the belief that this was going to be completely grant covered and there wouldn't be county dollars.
Correct. There's no local money being spent on
So
this.
where will that additional money come from?
The state formula grant salary savings. We have enough to cover in that. So we get state formula funding from the state?
So that was going to be unused money?
Yes, we do give back that. We have state formula salary savings every year,
How much do we have generally?
more than this amount. I will have to get that information to you. I do not know right now.
Because the email, and I know with the Thanksgiving holiday, she wasn't able to meet with us, and she did apologize in that email. But I do think there were some questions about salary that I wasn't briefed on.
Well, we have worked with finance, and our finance person has decided that we have plenty of the salary savings that we give back, that there would be no local money spent on this. But we can give you some more information if you need.
Yeah, I mean, I support this. It's just without having all that information, and I do know we're on a time in a little bit of a pressure point here before the end of the year, but and last week being Thanksgiving, Adrienne not being able to meet with us, but I do think those are valid questions that I just wanted to see the breakdown.
Okay, so. I'm pretty sure our finance person knows that. I just don't have that information right now.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Cruz.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you for presenting this today. I think this is a really great example for the public to look at as far as interdepartmental collaboration. I mean, you're working with the Sheriff's Office, ComCare, our drug court. I think that this is just one position and how all levels of government kind of interact. I know that's one thing that I've had questions from my constituents as far as what the heck goes on in the county. And so this is one example if people are willing to kind of dive in and see how this position can work with all departments. I also read here the ICT-1 critical response team. So it's kind of nice to see how all 40 plus departments kind of work together. And this is is just one example. So thanks for being here today, and thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion we accept the grant. I'd like to make a motion we accept the grant.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner?
Aye.
Chairman Dennis?
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Consent agenda.
Mr. Stolt.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Recommend approval of consent items H through T this morning.
Thank you. I move to approve Hotel through Tango.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call roll.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruz?
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner?
Aye.
Chairman Dennis?
Aye. Next item, please.
Legislative issues.
Mr. Papoon.
Mr. Chairman, county, of course, is continuing to work on its legislative platform. We've had several meetings on that, and hopefully we'll refine that and have that on the agenda for next Wednesday's meeting. And I'd also remind the County Commission that we're having a joint legislative dinner with the City of Wichita and the Regional Chamber of Commerce on January 7th, which is Tuesday night.
Very good. Are you attending that breakfast tomorrow morning?
It wasn't on my calendar. I'll be happy to.
Probably ought to put it on you. We'll get you to the details.
Okay.
What breakfast?
Last year, we started a meeting between Wichita, Sedgwick County leaders, and the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
And so what we did last year, that's how we came up with that joint statement that we all supported one thing. So we got a breakfast to talk about it tomorrow morning to see if we have the same kind of joint statement.
Right, the chair and vice chair. Right.
Anyway, can you bring copies of our draft to that meeting?
Absolutely.
Okay. Make sure you have enough for the chamber and for the city of Wichita, and REAP, I think, is there too.
Okay, I'll discuss this with you after the meeting.
Very good. Anything else for legislative? Seeing nothing. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Other.
Do any commissioners have anything dealing with other today? As far as my district, Andale went to the state championships for football and won, so I want to congratulate Andale. Derby out of Commissioner Howells, I'm sure he would speak about that today, but they went to the state championship for 6A and they won. Unfortunately, my team, Northwest, went to the state championships and came in second. So, but it's not bad when you're 12-0 and going to the state championship and you end up losing, and it was a very good game, actually. So anyway, I want to congratulate all of our local high school teams for the effort that they put out during the football season. I see nothing else for other. Madam Clerk, next item.
Executive session.
We have no reason for an executive session today.